Hi, good afternoon.
Good
I'm here.
afternoon, sir. How has your day been? How was your night?
Fine, fine, boss. How
Thank you
about
very much.
yours?
It was very, very good. I really appreciate. Please, who else can unmute and speak? Let one more person do it. Should I call names? I can see you guys from my phone now. I'll call names. Okay, Joy Ariako, please unmute and speak.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How's everything?
Fine. And I'm looking forward to the class of today.
All right then. So the class of today is going to be about Python, which Python programming. So, does anybody know what Python is? And please, nobody should say it's a snake. That's the answer I usually get. Does anybody know what Python is? Hmm? You can, if you don't want to actually speak, you can type in the chat box. It's very much accepted, right? So please, anybody know? Okay, it's a programming language. Okay, that's true. What else? Please feel free to use AI if you're not 100% sure. Can anybody unmute and speak? Oh, you know what? Let me start calling names.
Hello.
Okay, I am please go ahead.
Okay. Personally, I believe Python is a programming language that can be used in data analysis and data science. Yes, to analyze data, and it can be used in web development too, in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Thank you.
I'm a, I'm a, Wow, you ought to. God, when. Okay, who else is going to go? You know what? Let me even call names. Fitech, are you there? Fitech, the one that is this thing that is hosting this call. Are you there, Ebube? Let me call your name. Are you around?
Yeah, I'm
He's
here.
not around. What is Python?
Okay. Python is a programming language that can be used for many cases, just like back-end engineering, machine learning, or data analysis.
God, when. Come on, you did hot to. If I knew all these ones now, I don't think I'll be here. I think I'd have been working in UK or something. Um, yes, you're correct. Python is all of that. It's a high-level programming language. It's a popular programming language. If you're, by the way, the material I'm using right now is the Breakthrough Schools. Let me copy it and paste it on the group chat that we have. So all of the links and materials that I will be posting is going to be on our group. Is all going to be on our um. It's going to be on the group chat that I asked everybody to join. Also going to be on Discord. I'm going to majorly focus on those two. I cannot be posting random things for those things because it's spamming and it can affect a couple of things. So I don't want to inconvenience other people who are not taking this class. I will be majorly posting on our group chat. Is that okay? Is that fair? Nobody saying anything. I can't hear your voices. Is that okay? Okay. All right. I'll just continue with the class then. So you're correct. Python is all these things. It's a high-level programming language. So fun fact about Python: Python is actually older than Java. Do you know that? You've heard of Java programming, one of those old programming languages along with C and Python is actually older than it, right? And I think at the time where I learned it was quite interesting to me because how is Python older than Java? But I think that is a conversation for another day. So Python has different applications actually. Like you guys have said, machine learning, artificial intelligence, there's a couple of other things to that. I'm also not 100% sure yet. One of the okay, sorry, please, before we go on, I'd like to acknowledge Bolaji on the call. Bolaji Oladapo. Please, Bolaji, can you unmute and say hi?
Hi guys, good afternoon. Hope you all are doing well.
Bolaji is a data scientist. I think about 3 years of experience, right, Bolaji? How many years now?
Yeah, sure. 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years of experience. He's been using Python and he's been using different tools to work. While I've spent my life doing majorly freelancing, Bolaji has been working in the corporate section of tech. So he understands the corporate section better than I do. Even though I'm supposed to be your coordinator, I'm still limited to my experiences and my knowledge. So Bolaji here will be assisting me, or at some point even teach the class for Python, and he's going to explain it to you in the sense of like I said, the corporate section. So it doesn't matter if you want to be a freelancer, it doesn't matter if you want to be working a corporate, I don't know how they call them, but you're working for a company, I know here to give you such experiences. So this class today is just introduction to Python. For the next class we're going to have on Monday, I will come with somebody who works in the freelancing space. He'll just come and talk to you guys about it and how he grew and how he got better at it before we go into our class. Then our next class was supposed to be on Thursday next week, but it will be on Friday to accommodate Bolaji's busy schedule. So he will be the one to take the class next week Friday, right? Next week Friday, and he will take the dev hour on Saturday to make it to also explain one or two things. He also wants to know I'll be making an appearance to talk to everybody. He's very accessible. If you want to reach out to him, just let me know. Then I'll connect you with him. His email is also here, I think, in the call. So I think it's be a good time to copy it down. Okay, please, I'm not on the WhatsApp group WhatsApp group. Okay, let me send you the link so you can join the WhatsApp group. Oh no, I'll get a wait, comment, sorry. Where is this thing? Where is this thing? Did I keep you? Did I keep you? Okay, I can't find it. I'll find it later. So sell codes. Please message me. Let me type my number out after this call so that I can add you to the group chat. All right, moving on. So Python, like you all have said, is a high level programming language. For the record, I'm using W3 School to teach this. Please go ahead and check it out. If you are with your laptop, please, I appreciate it if you can, or with your phones. Another thing that I would like to show everybody is this website, People Count. People Count. Right. Sorry about that. I had some network issues. Sorry about that. Um, so I apologize. So the um next thing I'd like to show you guys is the code camp. It's a website where you can actually also learn Python too. So I would like you to actually join this for one purpose only, so that you can eventually learn and have working experience. I can also have a portfolio or something to show people or have projects that you've worked on. It's also interactive. So as you're learning, you're also building something, right? So let's go to it together. Pickle camp. Also, Freecode Camp also issues a certification for you. So after you're done, you can actively post it and share it on GitHub or wherever you want to share it to. So he also has a YouTube channel and also has a couple of articles, as you can see here, how to send with Django, how to copy a best in Python basis of what you want to do with it. So please, I would like you to join Freecode Camp. You can see some things that it has there: Linux, Docker, Node.js, a couple of things. It's not just limited for people who want to do data science. So it's also open to who want to do basically anything, right? Anything in tech really. Freecode Camp is the place I would advise you to go into. So let's open Freecode Camp. Please, can you all, if it's possible, can you all follow me to see what I'm doing so that after this class you have something, you can have a website you're practicing, because this is where most of your assignments come from. Yes, that's it. So you can continue with Google or whatever. I think I'll use Google for today. This is everybody following. If you're following, please send them everything. Okay, thank you very much. So get started, it's free. Initially it's free. And when you open it, it's for donation. So if you have enough money, you can always donate. Will anybody donate? Everybody's quiet now, so it's all right. So this is what I would like you to check out: scientific computing with Python, data analytics with Python, Python. So where's the last one? Python legacy for everybody. So due to the fact that you're all data scientists, this is where you come to directly. In this comprehensive video is created by Tiago, you will learn the whole process of data getting data from multiple sources, SQL and Excel. Process data using NumPy and Pandas, and visualize it using Matplotlib and C. You can see I've actually done it before. This is my certification. I only like it is. So I don't want to brag or anything, but you know, if nobody's clapping. I'm naive now. People should be clapping. That clap, clap. So this is my certification, and I would like it if everybody can get something like this, right? So the journey before you actually get here is quite steep. Also, you can share it on everywhere you want to share it, Twitter, whatever. So the learning curve to get here is actually not that simple. If you notice, there was a page that showed that this page shows 300 hours of learning. That's how long it took me to learn all these things, right? Data science in Python and all that. So please, this is what you're going to actually do. Your assignment for this weekend is that by next week Tuesday, you must have finished everything. Nobody is saying anything. You're submitting the assignment on one day. It's not as difficult as it looks. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's actually a lot easier than it looks. By next week Friday, I would like it if everybody's finished it. Again, this will make it quick. When biology comes into the confused, finish everything where okay, let me show you. So this is what we are using. Let me copy this link and send it to everybody on that group chat. Please, if you're not on the group chat, let me know so I can add you after. I've sent it to the group chat, right? Fitech accept it. So I've copied it and sent it to the group chat. Please join. Please, if you're on the group chat, please join. So if you're on the group chat, please join so that we can actually have access to this. This is what I like to use. So you think it's 28 over 28. You're supposed to finish everything here, right? Then your next class will now be Num 5. Within Tuesday to the Friday, you have to finish everything here. Balaji will then come and discuss everything about this with you, and then even discuss this project with you. So, okay, please say something, Melvin Lewis.
I think somebody's asking in the group in the call message. Like
What
someone is asking a question.
is okay? What course is it? This is the Python course, or is it a Python course? Joy, I think after the call, since I know you personally, I can send you the link up, and then we'll talk about it more. Or by the way, anybody wants to talk about it more after the class, or even during the class, is very free to. Or you can which is your dev, that we can talk about it more. So you just come here. Let me open it for you so you can see Datascience. Just the turning one to use filling inside by cleaning up the data, and then there's a video for it, and then there are questions you answer. So which of this is not a part of data analytics? Right. So if you are doing that, because if you just sorry, I know this buildings, that is okay. Yeah, it's not a part. So picking a computer analysis. So when you are done, it shows you that you've gotten your answer correctly, and then from there you go to the next stage and to the next stage. So it's actually just 28%. I am not on the group chat. Okay, let me put my number again, Joy. Or let me look at the link. No, I've sent it. Some, sorry. So please, this is the link. If you're not on the group chat, please join, because I will not send it to the general. Has Bolaji joined? Bolaji has not joined. Bolaji, please join so that they can disturb you too. You have disturbed me anyway. Anyways, just trying to click on the site. So please join the group chat. Let me resend this free code camp link again to everybody. Um, Let me resend it again. So, please let's go. Okay, so you can add me. All right, Bolaji has requested to join. All right, please. So you can get started with the free code camp. This is what you'll be doing when you're not in class to keep you uh, in that case, I can jump. So Bolaji has left it. I believe he has something doing, but at least now he's on the call. He's on the group chat, so you can always chat to him. So yes, so for today, our classes are going to be strictly on Python basics. Then we're going to do some analysis itself and try to see where we can actually, what we can actually do for today. So let's share my presentation for today. Can everybody see my screen? Share screen. Please, if you can see it, let's see an emoji. Can you all see my screen? Okay, one person has sent it. All right, so let me send it on the group chats again. My hacking data. Please feel free to monitor my properly. So now that I know Python is a language that's used for many things. I explained it to everybody the last time that I use relationship as a case study. Now, going back to relationship as a case study, I think that would be the best. You know that when you're coming into something called a relationship, there are rules and regulations for a relationship. Can somebody tell me any rule for a relationship, or let's say friendship? Just one, give me one. Can you unmute and give me one? Nobody said anything. Please, somebody say something. Is anybody on this call? Okay, I'll call names. Uncle Deborah, please, can you give me one rule for marriage? Can you give me any rule for marriage that you know, any rules and regulations, or any law that anybody who is in a relationship should know? Effective communication. Okay, that's two. Makahora, can you give me one too? Mark, are you there? What about you, Ayomide? Can you give me any rule and regulation that you know for a healthy relationship? Honesty, love, okay, loyalty and love. Okay, so commitment. I like all this. So all these things are in a way to control of sort the relationship and make it so that it will get toxic and it will not be get problematic. And in a very, very, well, let's say wrong way, that's what these things are for. So we call these variables and data types. I like to call them control structures because in a way it helps you control, let's say control, is that a good word? But it helps you control the relationship and make sure that it does not go bad and there are no bugs or there's nothing like cheating in the relationship. I think is that a good example? Can anybody does anybody understand this analogy? Okay, so now naturally when there are mistakes in your code, you get something that they call bugs. Has anybody gone online to hear any developer angry about bug before? Their bug is not working and then they want to cry or something like that. Have you seen these kind of things? Where they'll say something like tech is blood money, but it's your blood that they used to do the thing. Have you heard that kind of statement before? Have you ever heard anybody, or if you have any tech bro, sometimes you see them sending you snaps of their bug that they're very angry with their life. Yeah. So what actually happens is that they did not commit to the relationship well. Maybe one of them was cheating and then the guy or the girl found out. Okay, I'm joking about that. But in a way, that is actually a good to look at it. So if you follow the rules and regulations of every single code, of every single code structure properly, you will not have problems. However, this is not always very feasible because you're a human being and you're going to make mistakes, just like in a relationship. So when that happens, you get things like what, or you get things like what arguments, or sometimes it could just decide to it could because not every time that code wants to behave. Sometimes you're typing and the code is not responding. It happens. There are sometimes where you actually have to close the system and come back. There are sometimes might not be your wrong time, right? Maybe your processor has been running, that's your system has been running for a while and it's gotten tired and maybe as it gotten tired, maybe it cannot give you 100% at that point in time. So you just go back and come back and maybe you then realize that it's a semicolon or something. It happens in programming a lot. Now, in this code line, you see, I call something called Jupyter Notebook, right? Does anybody know what Jupyter Notebook is? Or let me just explain. It's an IDE that is used. Okay, Uncle Deborah. So please, I want this class to be interactive. I don't want to be the only one teaching. So please, if you know anything, I would prefer if you share with the class. So Uncle, please, can you explain to anybody what Jupyter Notebook is? If you're typing, please send an emoji so we can. Just so that we know, Kevin Destiny, the next question is going to be to you. Joy, you will know the next question is going to be to you. I've not heard your voices in this call. Please, can you send the link to this site here? Okay, to this current viewing right? So it's going to be on the WhatsApp group chat. Also going to be on the call. So two people have requested to join while we're on this call, and I have accepted them. So please don't be shy to ask. Let me send the HackMD file. So this is my HackMD file. Please feel free to go over it while we're on this call. So Jupyter Notebook is the IDE, or is an IDE, one of the IDEs that are used for Python programming. I think it's the most used. I'm not 100% sure. I personally substitute between Google Colab, VS Code. Now, why Jupyter Notebook is so Jupyter Notebook and Colab are actually doing exactly the same thing. They also carry I think the same file name, IPYNB, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, they do the same things, but they're different. So Jupyter Notebook is more, it's actually on your system. It's not, I think it does not need the internet. I'm not so sure. I've only used it 1 years ago. I can't really remember. It does not need the internet, but Google Colab it's mainly for when you are online all the time. If by any mistake your internet gets connected with Google Colab, you most likely will restart it again. I think Oyster Notebook does not come with inbuilt GPUs, which can be a problem if your system does not have the capacity to run certain codes or certain processing power. So Google Colab kind of solves this because it has its own GPU. Although naturally your system still has to have a level of power to run certain things, but I think the online GPU supports. It's like Kevin De Bruyne, it gives you good assist, right? Sorry, give me a sec. Okay, no problem then. It's like Kevin De Bruyne gives you good assist. Does anybody watch football here? Okay, so if I say things like that, I'm sure you will understand what I mean. Yeah, so for our class today, we're going to be using Cloud. Because I don't want anybody I don't want like anybody to complain that they don't have, they couldn't run it on their system. So I gave an assignment on Tuesday that everybody should go through Google Colab and like help me understand it. Have we done that? Do you understand how to use Google Colab? If you do, please send an email. Okay, one person did that. Nobody else learned. Kevin Destiny. Okay, 3. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's very, very good. So this is my hackmd file. So has everybody opened the hackmd file? Have we all no emojis? Just send emojis if you've opened it. Okay, because I want to stop sharing my screen with it now. Go straight to the um my Google Colab. So I will stop sharing now. Then I would open it to one I'm using right now. So we can all see this new screen, right? If you can do it, just show your images. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do basic coding, and the first thing we do is to connect it to be sure that it's working. Okay, connected. So the thing we'll do is print hello world, right? So when I run this code, what do you think is going to happen? Does anybody have any idea? If you have any idea, can you unmute and
It's going to display hello world as an
okay, let's
output.
try it. Okay, let's try it then. Let's see if it's just a little bit of the output. Okay, so does anybody know why it displayed hello world? If you do, just unmute and speak.
Because of the print function.
Because of the what?
The print function, and you have hello world in the parentheses.
Okay, that's very, very good. So what happens if I change your name? If I change the name from hello world to say, who has not spoken on this call today? Kevin Destiny. That's just Kevin Destiny. Let's run it. Why did it print Kevin Destiny. Kevin Destiny, please can you tell me why you created out your name?
It's printed it because that was the command we gave it to print Kevin.
Yeah, beautiful. I like that word command. It shows authority. Right, that's beautiful. Thank you very much, Kevin Destiny. Please, I'll be calling your name as your names at random. Is to be sure that you're following and also to be sure that you're on the call. I hope that's okay by everybody. What workspace are you working on? So I'm currently working with Google Colab. Let me copy the link and send it. I think I've sent it before now. Google Colab. I did it in the last class. Just type this on your browser. It will open it. Just search the browser. It's open. So now, as we all know, now what if we try this? Let's remove this. Let's run it. Let's see what that will give us. Okay. So why did it give us an error? Does anybody know? Okay, please go ahead, Joy.
Because the Kevin Destiny does not have a quotation, a string.
That's very correct. That's very correct. It does not have a quotation. So if you put it back right now, you can see that it's working again. So naturally, whenever you're declaring a string, I'll explain that later. It must not be double quotation. It can be single. Anyone works, right? But naturally, okay, Joy, please go ahead. Joy, please go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. I did not put down my hands.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so another way to explain this using relationships of an analogy. Imagine if you send your girlfriend or your wife, or she sends you good morning, and you reply with morning. Please, brothers, anybody that's been, or ladies, please, what's going to happen? Let's say you type good morning with heart emoji and it just sends you morning. Nobody will say anything. You guys should say something. Okay, let me call this. Since nobody wants to talk. Ayomide, please can you tell me what will happen? Ayomide.
Please, I didn't get the question. Can you come again, please?
I said, what happens if hypothetically, right, a woman sends you good morning with a heart emoji, and then I reply her with morning? What happens?
She will just ignore me. I don't. It depends on the kind of person she is. Sha. If
Problem.
problem now, voila.
So that's unnecessary problems. Now, naturally, she will react to it, and that's what's happening here. So even though we told this code good morning, you understand? Good morning. You understand, right? If you did not put this parenthesis, so let's assume the code is a woman. So you have not added the emojis. You understand? Naturally, it will shout that there is a word because Python cannot read strings like this. So you get it cannot. But if you try a number, let's say 5, 6, and you put it, you see that it gives you an output, right? Normally, because why? It can read numbers like this. Do you understand? So when you put in a string, it's a problem. When you put an integer, not really a problem. It also give you the answer. But if you also put a number, right, in parentheses, right? Let's assume you put it right like this now. It gives you let's say it gives you what 6, but it does not return as a string an integer. It returns as a string, right? So, like I said, similar to men and women, the number itself is a man. The alphabets are women. If you tell your guy man how much man it will be, or good night or night, or you never reply the message again, You understand? Is there any problem? Crypto Prof, I've not heard your voice. So is there any problem? Are you on the call with us, Crypto Prof?
I am here, Chief. For
Okay,
guys,
please. So if you
I don't think that's an issue.
okay, it's not an issue, right?
Yeah, for guys, that's not an issue.
Okay, okay, but for women, how much of an issue is
You explain why Y has two hands and a long tail. Oh.
you can explain it. So naturally, we see that Python itself has laws. Now, just I explained earlier that every relationship are norm for guys, don't even care. So just I explained earlier that every program, everything has a law, right? The way a relationship has law, the way your school has law, the way your workplace has law, so does Python. So it has certain laws that you must obey. If you don't obey it, you're going to get a bug, right? If you don't build it the way you're supposed to build it, you're going to run into a problem, and you will spend hours debugging it. So the only way you can actively avoid these things, if you understand what Python is now Python. Like I said, like Ebube said earlier in the call, it's versatile. You can build on it as a backend developer. You can build on it or build with it as data analyst or machine learning engineer or whatever you want to build it as. So there are different sides to it. We are focused on the data science part. So I'll try to wrap up the basics as fast as I can, even though you're supposed to learn them. And then we move on to the next. I gave you guys an assignment on free Bootcamp. Did anybody do it? On W3 School, sorry. Did anybody do it? Did you guys forget? If you forgot, please send an emoji. No, it's okay if you forgot. I understand. Don't worry. But please don't forget to do the next one. Okay. So let's move on to the next thing we're going to do. What should I type? Right. So we are going to differentiate. We're going to start explaining something, integers and floats. So let's start with this side of the class. So an integer basically is a whole number, right? If I ask how old is, okay, you said right away. Can I get the assignment question? It's not an assignment question. It's. I told you guys to read on W3 Schools Python. W3 Schools. I told you to read on Python, and you're supposed to read on it, try and understand it. Also interact with your AI, try to explain Python to you, so that we could move faster in class. Due to the fact that we have lost 2 weeks, we have to move quite fast. Okay. All right. All right. So, where was I? So let's discuss integers and floats. So, like I said, integer is just a whole number. Your age is an integer, right? The number of what is open for you? Your AC's number is an integer, and then for floats, the money in your bank account is usually a float, right? You understand? So that's why you see you can have 36,520 naira. That's a what? $36,520 is a what?
It's
Nobody
an
said
integer.
anything. It's an integer code. But why it becomes a float is where the decimal points, where the decimal points come into play. That's when it becomes a what? A float. So this is it. Next thing is name, Indy. Right? So we can see my name here is Indy. Name is also Indy. Let's change the name here. Who has not spoken on this call? Who has not spoken on this call? I think I'll use it for now. Let me change it. Right? So this is what we call an assignment in this thing in Python. I forgot to add this, sorry. Right? This means assignments. It's like saying that okay, so let me explain it in the human being way. Let me use the human being analogy, naming your parents, name how your parents name them and stuff. So when you were born, you were like an entity, like a singular entity, right? You didn't have a name, you didn't have what to speak for. Just give me a second. I'm sorry about that. So you were like an entity. You were like this thing here. You had no name. And then your parents then said, okay, we're going to name you Crypto Prof. I don't think your parents named you Crypto Prof, did they? Okay, they did not name you Crypto Prof. Whose name looks very okay. I think okay, nobody's parents named them Crypto Prof. So let's say Joy. Your parents touched you and said, this child is smiling a lot. We're going to name her Joy, right? And your name became Joy, and everybody knew you as Joy from today. So is there anybody that doesn't know you as Joy? Any of the two Joys can respond. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Joyce. Can
Yes,
any one of you speak?
sorry. What was your question?
I said, you know how your parents saw you as a baby and said, yes, you are this child looks fine. I'm going to name you Joy, and then your name became Joy. And then from that moment you were named, you are answering Joy from today. Do you understand how that whole process happened? How naming a child works and everything? Do you get it?
I would try to let me give an idea. So it's like assigning a value to a variable. So the child is the variable and then the name is the value.
You're very correct, but that's very advanced. I'm trying to make it simple. So yeah, value variable. So basically correct. I think when we get to dictionaries, we'll see more of it. Right? So value variable. There's a value, there's a variable. She got it right. So Joy, please, what is A? Is A the value, or the variable?
My
Sorry?
own joy.
No, Joy Oriaku. Okay, I'll be calling you by your last name.
A is the variable,
Okay, then 10 is the what?
the value.
Your variable name. That's perfect. So so anywhere you call A now, the computer is going to read it as 10. Doesn't matter where this is. Same thing with name, same thing with written, same thing is with active, same thing with print and all that. So just once you just call that particular thing, immediately that comes, right? So that's this for floats and this is for integers and the rest. Let's come to strings. Relatively the same ideology that governs them. Only that strings are not like numbers. Strings are not numbers. They can come in different shapes and sizes. Crypto stuff. It's a lot, right? The computer cannot actively process. The compiler cannot actively process it. That's to tokenize it. So for it to be sure that this is a string that requires tokenization as in form of a string, you have to put this quotation in to show that okay, yes, this is a string. I think the rest kind of explain themselves. Boolean is just two values, either true or false, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
And then this type, it just shows you the type of what's sorry, this is connecting. It just shows you the type of what this is. So if you look at it very well, then when you say type A, it should class float, class of class of string show the string, class of bool show the boolean. True or that's true or false. Boolean is only ever considered true or is false. It's never the run name is never the goal. So let's move on. Let's go to uh, list collections, lists and dictionaries. I don't know if does anybody understand what I'm doing here? I think has everybody at past this stage, or do I need to go over it again? These dictionaries and booleans and the rest. Is there anybody that does not understand these things?
I didn't understand though. My network's been acting anyhow since. So I missed
No,
those
okay,
parts.
Okay, well, I can't really go back. But does everybody understand this part of Python? Do I need to go over it again? Please, who does not understand this side of programming? So we all understand this. Please send emojis if you all understand. Thanks for this. Okay. Both choice. I didn't see any emoji from the side. Okay, so we understand this side of programming. All right, then let's move on to the data science part of it then. Let's move on. Introduction to data science in Google Colab. Right. So I did some analysis yesterday, actually, and I think I will share it. The class will not be as long because I would want everybody to get started on free bootcamp. So I'll share my analysis with you. The analysis I did actually was on divorce rates. I don't know why I did that, but I've forgotten why I did that actually, but I was going through something and it said appropriate. So we are going to share my screen. So I think this is something that's kind of advanced that we don't understand, right? Do we understand this?
No.
Do we need to go over it? Okay, so I need to go over it, right? So let me go over it again. So now, all right, so there's a data set. Question, should we use what's the word? Do you want to be able to download the data set or do you want to load it directly from Kaggle? Which one do you want to do? If you
Can
want
we
to load
do
it directly
both?
from Kaggle, okay, you want to do both, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll load it from Kaggle directly, and then the other side will copy it from and that share screen. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. All right, so we are going to go to something different. Can you see what I'm doing right now?
Yes.
All right, there. So this is the data set that I used. Insane. Install dependencies. Let's go to the data set itself. Let me come up. Let me grab this. And let me click enter. So now, does anybody know what an API is? Application package. Does anybody know what an API is?
Sorry, where did you copy?
Okay. You click on their code. Right? You have two options there. It's either code. If you click on code, you can look at it because it's data frame, lazy frame, Hugging Face data set, and micro assets. So I'm going with the data frame. So if you copy it here and go to your clip column and you paste it, let's run it and let's see what it says. It will likely give us an error because I don't think I've installed all this before. Okay, what did it say? Download latest copy. What is it? Unsupported file extension. So what is it? The file extension that I've never worked with before, but let's see if the AI can help us click. Right. So it did that for us. So what it did was, although it's the same data set that is put here and here, by the way. So what I did was, did anybody follow up? If you did not understand, please send me an emoji. Okay, you all don't understand. If you understand, please send them. If you okay, can anybody on me can tell me what exactly you don't understand? Can anybody on mute and tell me, Melvin, please can you tell me what you don't understand?
I don't know, like I think from the part where you pasted, I think you said something about an error and it just corrected the whole thing. Like, did it correct itself? Like the error?
Okay, so what happened was when I pasted this into the Google, it gave me some errors about our incorrect what's the word I'm looking for? Incorrect file extensions, which I genuinely do not understand. And this Kaggle is actually whatever they've done with this is actually new to me. I've never actually used this before. So when I put it here, it showed me an error that had taken me a while to kind of debug. And since we're in class, I felt the best thing to do was to use the inbuilt AI of Google, right? Did you follow up to that point?
Yes,
So
yes.
once I clicked explain error, it explained the error to me, what was wrong, how to go about it. Then it corrected the code for me and asked me if I was willing to accept it and run it, which I did, and then it fixed the error for me. Then it also displayed it also gave me basically the EDA of what was inside the data set, the first rows and everything. Right?
Okay, okay. All right.
All right,
Thanks.
crypto prof, please, what don't you understand? Crypto prof, please can you mute and speak?
Sincerely, I can't explain it. Though. I just noticed that you were showing us something, and I just saw a lot of codes. I don't even know how you got to where you got to. I don't know. I don't know anything. From when you left the Python basics that you were teaching us, the value variable and the rest of it, that was where I understood more. So all these ones I don't
Okay.
even understand.
Okay, so do you understand anything about Python?
Yeah, I would. I would. I once did the Python basics, but it's been a while. I'll just have to carry my book and research and so on that.
Okay,
That's why
so
I
I moved on. Okay, so I moved on from Python basics up onto the analysis part of Python because when I was talking, Gloria had said something that was very, very advanced. Made me understand that okay, maybe everybody has passed through this part of Python here, so there's no point in about the basics. Right? Joy, Aria,
Yes.
you understand the basics of Python, right?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, what about you? Joy, you wanna
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so everybody here understands the basics of Python, right? So, so there was really no point going over it again, and that was why I skipped straight to the analysis part so that the class goes through about the table, right? So, I don't know how. I think I'll use the Bible to explain what the latest version just of everything. Would that be easy enough? Would that be okay? can I use the Bible to explain that this side of uh this? Would that be good? Is that a good way to explain it? If it's not, please send an emoji. If it is, let me go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we can see import cargo hub, which we know that this is cargo, right? We're importing its extension, its API to say that okay, I want to use cargo for this. Sorry, give me a sec. Uh, I'm sorry. So let's go back to what we're doing. So import cargo from cargo dataset adapter. That's telling us where we are getting our data from. Does anybody understand that? Understand up until that point? It's like saying that let's say I'm going to somebody about how to make it now. Naturally, we tend to talk about the source of the advice, right? So you can say, okay, the Bible said on this particular topic. Do you understand that?
Yes, yes. But
So the part where it talks about,
you
okay,
said something about API. Like what
okay,
is
get, I'm getting the application package interface. Naturally, API is what links to, I like to say, two sites or two pages together. I don't know how to say the technical terms because I will try to understand it. So looking for the perfect analogy. Do you know anything about front end and back end?
yes, yes, small.
Okay, all right. All right. So what? Okay. So the linking of front end and back end in a way is actually through APIs, right? When you're sending message on Snapchat or WhatsApp, it's actually through APIs, right? It's like calling information from one side and saying that okay, I want to send it to you to the other side. It's like what is a means of sharing information. Sorry, give me a second. What? Sorry, there is noise here, so I'm trying to know how to connect it. API, application program interface. I think that's the name. Application program interface. A connection between computers or computer programs. You can also say software interfacing. I'm looking for a simpler way to put it. I don't like using too many technical terms. Okay, let me use the Bible to try and explain this. So when you're trying to talk to somebody and say, okay, it's just in you access the information to them to somebody, right? They kind of how APIs work. It collects information or it links or it connects one software or a program or even a laptop, right? To another thing to explain to show the information based on another thing. It's like linking your it's like when you're done building something with your GitHub and then you want to push to your GitHub account. That the whole thing is also done with GitHub API. Um, it's basically interaction, it's communication, and every two things basically communicating. Two applications basically communicating. I don't know. Does that explain it? I don't know to be technical. Does that explain it? Do you understand it?
Yeah, like so what you're saying is um for example now it's like I'm looking at a screen and I'm interacting with that screen and some but let's say I'm trying to click to send a message. It's the API now that stands like a bridge between what I'm looking at and the other end. Like is that it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when you're browsing right now, when you're using like even this
Yeah.
call we're on right now, it's accessible because there are different endpoints, everything different systems. So APIs are what connects everybody together. It's like the World Wide Web. We can all access it because of different endpoints. So my house, you're in my house, and then we send call fetches it and brings it back to where we are so we can see it. Right.
All right.
That's even basically how they're able to stop um uh, if you're in Nigeria where they want to stop urban finance, that's how it's done. So all they have to do is just block it. Like API is like it's like a neighborhood, right? And then if you close your door or something, an API, nothing can how something can be received. You understand, right?
Yes,
Not a
yes.
good way of
Thank you.
explaining, but still. Anyway, so let's go through this. Now, it shows first five prints the data head. It showed first five. So by default, whenever you do this, it always shows top five. Actually, it always shows top five. But let's try and edit this a little. Let's see if we can show if we can get. Okay, let's try two. Let's try two. So you notice that it started from 99 now. Here it started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it started from 99, 98. Does anybody understand why? Because we clicked what till. Do you understand that? Does anybody understand that?
This tail now, is it like ascending and descending?
It's a good way of putting it. So now head usually shows starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't understand what you just did. Okay, let me explain it to you now. So now, if you go back to this particular source code or this particular code right now, we wanted to print as we imported this from cargo into our environment. We wanted to print out this thing. We wanted to see, we wanted to interact with the data. We don't know what is there. So when we clicked print first five records. This is just a comment explaining to you what it's doing anyways. It printed what the first word five because why we would that thing and no DF had already been assigned here. So if you do this and you do this, yes, initialize, which is give it a variable name. So all this variable name here we summarize into just DF. Whenever DF is called, the computer knows that okay, this is what we are calling. You understand, right? And then we put df dot head, data print dot head. That's like saying that okay, I want to know what is here, but instead of everything, just give me just the head part of it. Now it's like saying that send me a selfie. Now if I ask you to send me a selfie, what are you going to show me? What's most likely going to be in the selfie? Jariako, what's likely going to be in the selfie?
Sorry, come again.
If I ask you to send me a selfie, what's going to be in the selfie?
The picture.
Now what part of your body is going to show in the selfie?
Oh, my face.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Joy, you want to know, yeah. You want to pronounce that name? Joy, second, Joy, you will know, right? You
Yeah,
will know.
yeah,
Am I correct? You will know.
yes.
Okay, if I then ask you to send me a full body picture, what's supposed to be in the picture as a full body?
Every part of your body, your face, hands, leg, everywhere.
Okay. Then what if you buy a new shoe and I tell you that I want to see the shoe? What side and you're wearing the shoe? What side of your body will you photograph?
Just your feet.
Thank you. Now, when you say head, right, in Python, it's like saying I want a selfie. It shows you just the top five, and by default, it only shows five anyways. The top five rows that are available in that data frame. And when you say tail, it basically shows you your leg, right? This is the shoe that the data frame is wearing. It starts from zero, it starts from 99. And when in programming indexing anyways, it starts from one, from zero, sorry. So when you say that, okay, I want to see the first thing on this list, I want to see the first thing in this dictionary. The programmer doesn't start counting from one, it starts from zero. So zero, one, two, three, four. So this is top five. You count it, there are five of them, but it starts from zero. And that's why it's 99 again. Even automatically everything's actually 100 inside, it will not show from, it will not start counting from one, it starts counting from zero. Do you understand up to that point? Please send me an emoji if you understand up to that point. All right, then let's move on. Sorry, it's getting kind of boring right now, right? I think we're not enjoying this right now, right? Are we still enjoying ourselves? Or is this still as fun as it was the last class? I'm guessing it's getting boring. So let's move. All right, then. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is still a quotation actually that I did yesterday, right? In this particular one, though, I tried to show I tried to display the shape of what was going on, the information. So they gave me basic information of everything. And the information works on, I think it works on mean, or is it median? So that's what we're all seeing here, basic information. Now, naturally, whenever we are working with Google Colab, one of the things I like that it automatically builds a lot of things for you without you having to stress yourself so much and so um and all that. You can also ask it to this, you can also add it to display and that data frame describe that is describe the data and all these are called exploratory data analysis itself. We're not 100% sure what's in the data, but we're trying to explore it out, and that's what this technically for. So right now, it's giving us to, there's an icon that comes out here, convert this data from an interactive table. Okay, let's try that and let's see what happens. Sorry, it's connected. Let's try that. Let's see what this means. Sorry, that was not working for some reason. Okay, no. Oh, okay, sorry. I've not run this yet. Replace your downloaded data set in a short path. That's what I go back. This is giving me accessory problems supported. Please go ahead and speak.
So I want to know if you are getting this notebook from you.
I'll send you notebook after I'm done. Sorry for all the bugs anyways. I'm not very used to a lot of things happening. Okay. Okay. So it's showing all the basic information of what's happening in the data frame, in the data set and all that. Yeah. And let's click here. Let's see if it finally works. I'll give it an interactive table where you can actually filter it. So yeah, this is one of the advantages of Google Colab. It gives you the ability to interact with the table. So sometimes you can see the and it's tolerance that uh, it's be an issue. I think has anybody here worked with Excel before? Then you have built a dashboard so you can interact with data sets. If you have, please send an emoji. Has anybody ever built a data set? Okay, you know what? Joy, have you ever done that before? Okay, so in a way, this is what this does. You can interact with the data frame as to what it is, desired to model this, and all that. And then you can also tell, oh God, why is this thing connected now? You can also ask it to build these things for you. You can ask it to build visuals for you and to do that for you. Do you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing, please? If you can, please. I'm actually not on the call, so I will not know if you're even on the call. So if you can see what I'm doing, can you please send an emoji or something?
I can. Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Right, so basically, all these things at this basic level is exploratory data analytics. It's you just come and begin to learn more about your data as a whole. In the next class, I'm going to explain what all these things are to do because I did not actually state it that I was going to. I didn't even think I was going to get to this point. My initial plan was to try to cover up everything here because I know that it was going to get boring at that. So explain everything here, but everybody already knew what it was, and explain everything here, right? But then everybody then seems to understand that part, and the class is getting boring already because nobody's interactive anymore. So I will not like to take too much of your time because we'll talk about it on Saturday. So because I don't want to be that guy that needs to keep here for the next 3 hours and nobody's understanding because it doesn't seem like we're following. Right? Are we all following? Can the class be 3 hours long or should I, end it by soon? Nobody's saying anything. No,
Following.
Please, let's continue.
the class can it be 3 hours long? I don't try to be to be honest. Do I keep understand PG continue. Okay. Let us continue what we're doing. So all this right now are just exploratory data analytics to try and see what what data is saying. Okay, let's run this again. Check this is catalog engine term. So when you want to do data cleaning, one of the things that you have to check for are duplicate data, missing data. Can anybody give me any other example of data cleaning? I've forgotten. Um, there's always something that I can't remember everything. But I think as we continue in the class, I'll remember everything. Correct? I remember everything. So yes, so let's continue. And then rest it says select a few numerical columns for visualization. Now, one of the problems that we have with visuals in data analytics or data science is because visualizing visualizing problematic, but then visualizing numbers is quite easier. Anybody who has any experience with Excel will tell you this, right? Do you agree with that? Visualizing numbers is easier than visualizing numbers, easier than visualizing alphabets. Yes or no, people? That's just not interactive. All right, no problem. So yeah, this is it. This is what it does. I did not intend to teach so long today, usually because it was supposed to last too long. Um, but I think we stop. This basic ecological data analysis where we stop. Everybody has seen how to use Google Colab, and I think I can't give any more assignments on it. I think this is where we should stop. This I didn't plan to go further than this today. I do not have the materials to perfectly explain everything. But I think we just build some basic stuff before we go. Right? Before we go, let me just put down the code that I wrote for the class. Okay, that's one. Two. Okay. Also, for the record, though, this can take a lot of computing power. Yeah, this is actually very complicated. Age gap is a cause for divorce and all those things. Confusion matrix scatter plots. Let's see the scatter plot. I think in reference. Sometimes connected. There's a downside of the people like. Right. So these are just random graphs of visuals of the data set that we're using. I didn't intend for this class to be so technical. I was trying to ease us into technicality before we get really complicated. So the truth is, the next class is actually going to be a lot more technical because I'm not explaining things like seaborn and histogram plots. I'm not going to talk about site view, we talk about all these things here. Although in the next class, it's this what we're talking about everything. Although we're going to work with Web3 data sets, not some process. You can just see the user interface. I intended to go to the previous class, explain basics of Python, then move on to move just a little analysis, and then move on to more advanced things in the next class. So I think we stop the class here. Also, you guys are not responding. It's kind of like, okay, Jeff, please go ahead.
I wanted to ask if we can get the notebook today because I would like to go through what you did today.
Let me be right there. Yeah,
Sorry?
you get okay.
Okay.
You get notebook today. Let me actually do it right now.
Up group.
Let me call it class. Let me call it class one.
Are you posting it on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, ma'am. Right. Put it down. Sorry, are you guys seeing what I'm doing? I've sent this to the WhatsApp. Sending. I'm exhausted. So again, we're not we were responding is not very encouraging, which I understand. It can get very, very messy. So at least I've used Google Colab for everybody to see. I've also showed you guys Kaggle. and you guys understand how to do it and done. So the next class is actually we're actually going to build something in the next class. We're going to do a full prototype in the next class. We're going to do analysis for something. I'm not 100% sure yet. But I think in the meantime, just keep everybody busy and keep everybody's minds open. It's good to go to the attention to stay so that we can just have a quick discussion as to what and how we can make this. Is that okay with everybody? So please on Saturday, please on Tuesday, please come with your laptop because we're going to build a full project. We're going to like do full analysis. We're going to explain everything word for word and then build everything. So please come prepared on Tuesday. And please on Tuesday, when I ask questions, please everybody should answer. Okay? Can you please promise me that you guys will be interactive on Tuesday? If Ethel village no wahala. All right, please let's be interactive. It's actually not very because I'm sure you. How you try and imagine if you were talking to your boyfriend or something, and then your girlfriend or something, and then you're just talking and he's not replying? How would you feel if you're on the call with that kind of person? Would you like it? Because that's how I feel. Right? Thank you very much. So please, I need everybody to be interactive. On mute and just talk, right? Because I don't want a formal class. I like an informal class. On mute and speak at any point in time. Hey, I don't understand this. What did you do here? Can you send this thing? Can you do this? Can you do that? I will appreciate that a lot more than just I'm seeing your face, seeing your name and nobody seeing anything. Okay? So please feel free, open up because I actually want to call more people to come talk to you guys right now. More people in freelance, even and doing crazy things in data. But if the response is not active, they will not want to come and talk. They'll feel discouraged to even share a lot of what they know. Don't you guys understand that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure,
please
sure, sure,
let's
sure. I believe we'll do better next time.
thank you very much. I need an interactive class. So the more interactive the class is, the more encouraging to be to call people to come and teach and to come and be part of the class. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I think we should call it for a date today because to be honest, I'm not very happy with the responses. We'll continue this on Saturday, but I've sent all the materials needed. So please, I need you to finish up at least try and finish up this FICO camp well, by by Tuesday. If you are done with the material by FICO camp on Tuesday, we at it. You know how there was a disconnect today, how everybody felt like I just jumped, right? It would be easier for us. We'll move faster, we'll teach you better, and then we can accomplish things better. Would you like me to come to class and start explaining minimal things to everybody? Or just
Just
keep moving
no
with understanding ourselves?
problem.
Or would you be
It
better,
makes sense
George?
that way.
It will make sense, but George, would you like it that way? If as I'm speaking, yes, you're instantly understanding.
Yeah.
All right, so please do the assignments I'm giving, okay? On Saturday, if you have any problem with the assignments, you can either talk on the group chat or we'll talk about it on Saturday. Is that okay?
Assignments, please.
The assignment is on free code camp. You're supposed
Okay.
to cover, you're supposed to finish the first part of it. There are two actually. The first part of it by you're supposed to finish the first part of it by next week Tuesday. Then by before next week Thursday, you should be done with NumPy. And then you have 5 data analysis projects to finish up. Although there'll be time for that one. These are things that you can add to your portfolio to make it nice. You guys saw my portfolio the other day, right? It was there's a few projects anyways. To be very honest, let me even tell you the story of how I got that portfolio. As of last year, I was working for one company that Crystals EdTech. I was an instructor for Python. And one of the guys there, Rico, saw what I was doing. I said, okay, I want to try and get 3 gigs. So he had this friend, Steven, that was very, very good at getting jobs. So Steven told me that okay, he knew how to get gigs from people abroad. So like we had to share them out. And The first job I worked for Stephen in this life was 7,000 naira. It's quite funny, but I knew I was worth more than that. I knew that what I had to offer was a lot more. But Stephen drives a hard bargain. I was curious to learn. Right, I had other places giving me money, but that's went into Stephen. Eventually, the pay increased, but as I worked with Stephen, um, became closer. He started increasing the pay, but I think I worked with him for about 9 months. But as I was done with that 9 months, I was a fully fledged data scientist. There was nothing I couldn't do. I couldn't attempt in data science. And from there, that was where I got the Fitech job that I'm currently doing right now. We went for a hackathon last year in Lagos. We were one of the winners. We came back and doing different things. And we just
So, it's actually a question. I've been wanting to ask, like, what degree of mathematical knowledge do we need to operate as a good data scientist?
in my experience, you need actually zero. The computer actually does.
Okay. All this network.
As you're going ahead, you naturally learn some things about math naturally. But for the initial stage, you don't need to come. You don't need to know anything. You just come. Everything will you learn it on the job. We all learn on the job. So as I continue, so back to the stage, as I continue building and building and building, that's when next thing I had a portfolio, and I stopped even sending out CVs. People started reaching out to me because I was posting what I was doing. Right, I posted my certification on LinkedIn. Follow me on LinkedIn. You can see that I posted my certification saying it's getting free. I was posting, and eventually jobs started coming. I started turning them down. Now I just sit down in my house and I just get a call that hey, we need this from you, and the money that they're paying is with that big. We cannot afford to. We can only afford this and now. So it's from this thing, right? This assignment. The more you do them, the more you post them, the more you see what you're doing. And from there, all the things become easy. You would even have something to go and present when it's time to actually apply for a job, whether be it work 2 or 3. So please, I need you to do this thing so that when by the end of this class, we actually have something to show. I don't want to be in this class and I have nothing to show. Would that be good? So, so yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So please interact with me. Okay, please, you have a question. Please, okay, now. Okay. But please cooperate with me so we can make it easy. Okay. But please next week Tuesday, come prepared because it's going to be very, very analytical, going to be very, very complicated, and I don't want and if you actually cover up this thing I showed you, there people can cover up everything. By the time we come into that class, it'll be very easy to you understand certain terms before I actually have to say it. Okay? All right then. Thank you very much for your time. Please, anybody should have a good day because I have a meeting right now I need to get on. So please enjoy the rest of the day. And please, I will be checking up I'll be checking on you some individually generally on your progress. Okay. All right then. Thank you very much. See you guys later.